everybody, before we start today's video, if you hadn't subscribed already, that'd be great if you did. If you don't, that's cool. Hope you enjoy the content, and if there's something you'd like to see more of or other videos, let me know down in the comments. I try to respond to every single person because, I think that's cool. I like it when people interact with me. So leave a like or a comment if you can. If you subscribe, great. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get started. Hey everybody, welcome back to Gearhead Daily. I'm Eric, as usual, beard, mustache on point, which means I'm going to have a good day, and I hope you do too. I've got my brain juice here, and I've been out of a dry spell because I've been pretty busy, if you can't tell. And one of the things that I have been doing is installing this dust collector back here, and I want to show you some of the things that I did to install it and some of the ways I've routed things. And, just kind of give you a little bit of a review of this unit that I purchased, and the story kind of goes like this. I was looking for a dust collector, did a lot of research, and one of these kind of vortex tornado units seemed to be the best fit because I've got the height, which works out pretty well. So I didn't need a short unit, and one of these taller units is better for dust collection anyway, because you can, with this filter here, you get some of the fine particulates, and then all the big stuff seems to fall to the bottom. So a tall unit seemed to work best for my situation. Now, I got a number of machines here, and I did a lot of plumbing up above, and I'm going to show you some of that. I don't have any video of the install. To be honest, it was about 10 days worth of, using a friend's scissor lift, getting up into the ceiling. I've got 12-foot high ceilings with a maximum height of around 16 at the very top, so I needed that scissor lift to get up there, and it was a lot easier than using a ladder, I'll tell you that. So the dust collection system has been working very well so far, and I have been pretty impressed with it. So the story goes, this dust collector, after my research, popped up on Craigslist, and after talking with the person at a fairly reasonable price, came with some of the fittings and came with some of the ducting. Not everything, but kind of got me started. And how this worked was, I went there. I went to basically a brand new unit, and I kind of was a little curious as to why there was this brand new unit, even though it was a couple years old, was sitting on there on Craigslist. And the story goes is the owner of the house where I bought it for his shop, maybe used it once or twice, never really hooked it up, just made sure that it worked, and ended up passing away. The new homeowner inherited it as they moved into the house, realized they didn't really need it either, and then put it on Craigslist. I think I purchased it within the first, 30 minutes or so. So I jumped right on top of that and picked it up and brought it home. So it is a fairly heavy unit, but it did come with the base, which was, I thought, a fairly good price, and also a fair amount of this spiral tubing. So I didn't go with PVC, I went with straight metal. I like the metal better. PVC can bring up some static charge and that sort of thing. So even though this is grounded through some of the studs and a couple of other places, not super worried about static electricity or any of that buildup, but it is heavier, and that is kind of one of the disadvantages to using it. So let me walk you through some of the things that I did and how it's really improved things, and it is way cleaner in here than it was before. So clean, as a matter of fact, that I was able to do a small spray painting project over here while running the table saw and not getting any dust anywhere near that. So it has been a huge improvement, and one of the folks that has told me online was, get dust collection first, don't spend money on tools. And I didn't really listen, and that should have been one of the first things that I purchased, but I'm glad that I got this particular unit. It is a Grizzly G0440 2 horsepower unit, and if you think you need more than 2 horsepower, I'm going to show you. I can run multiple machines at one time, and it'll still collect all the dust without any loss in suction. So it does pretty well. Let me show you around what I've done. Dust collection all starts here. Now, I did have to run an extra 220 wire up here, so I had to hire an electrician to run some of the wiring to make sure that this ran, and that made sure that the machines ran as well at the same time, because that was the requirement that they had to run while I ran the dust collector. So dust collector plus that. So we had to add a couple amps and a new box to it, but that was something that we had to do. So it is 7 inches coming out of here. We've got a big sweeping 90 that kind of goes into a 6, and then a big 6Y here, pair of pants. And one of the coolest things that I did, and a lot of guys will use a floor sweep, but I decided that I would add a 50-foot vacuum to this, and this can reach every corner of the shop, which has been very, very handy. So if you are considering something like a small vacuum like this, this is a great way to go, and also just, makes the small cleanups a lot easier. So if we follow along, you will see one down here for the drill press, and then we have 2 cutoffs here, a Y here, one for the router table, and then also one that snakes eventually to all the sanding units as well. But again, very tall ceilings here, and again, the scissor lifts really helped out move along. I have one spot here for a jointer whenever I get one that has dust collection on it. Right now this is a kind of a hand-me-down older unit, works great, however just doesn't have any dust collection, so that's future use. We've got one that goes to the planer here, which was a massive improvement, because literally before, what I was doing was opening that door over there and then just shooting the dust out that way, and it was a giant mess. So there's a big run coming this way, and we've got a bunch of kind of that metal banding that goes straight to the ceiling. Again, that scissor lift made a huge difference. We Y off from 6 down to a 4, straight down, where we've got these kind of metal blast gates, which then goes down into a standard tube. Now I put some extra line on this because every once in a while I do have to move the table saw, configure it for different lengths, because if it's too long this way or too long that way, then I have to rotate the table. So I wanted some extra room. And what I have noticed is that people say, oh, these things are the aluminum or the metal blast gates. They leak, they don't do very well. In my experience, that's not true, and mostly because guys install these upside down. And if you look at the kind of air gap that's in there, see that air gap? The plate itself sits on top of this. So if you mount it this way with your lock nut on the bottom and your tab facing up, actually what happens is it sucks it up and creates a pretty good seal. So that's been my experience, works fairly well. Now I have bolted all of these from the ceiling, so it gets bolted up there with some tape, and then it also gets bolted here, so it's fairly rigid. It's not going to go anywhere. So that has been kind of one of the bigger things. Not to use tape is fine, but the screws really do make a pretty big difference. So if you follow the run, we've got future expansion here, just in case anything ever happens. I can always add another a straight pipe, but then we go across here to this kind of necks down to a 5 and then a 4, which comes to the very large 2550 sander that I got. Did I need this? Probably, but it was just fun. It was a really good project, and this is a requirement for dust collection on these, because this will shoot like a whale, just dust into the air. So that's this half of the collector. The other half of the collector, just the way it was configured, needed to sit in this corner and then Y out this way. And to get to the chop saw, which is here, I could have run one across here and go straight down, but I figured the best way to do this was to actually run under, you see, under the cabinet here, and then into a little bit of a flex tube, just to give me a little bit of wiggle room there, and into a collection port. Now I should be running this all the time, but just for one quick cut, I don't always turn the dust collector on. So the other port here it goes straight from a 6, again, future expansion, just in case we need it, down into a Y, which is covered up by some projects. And I got to get there, but I've got the tube. I just haven't got there yet for the bandsaw. But this one actually has 2 ports on it, one here and one here, and that is clearly something that I need to hook up. But for the most part, the system works pretty well. Again, I have the 2 tools that I use most often, which is the table saw and my miter saw. Both of those blast gates are open, both at the same time, and with no kind of noticeable really lack of suction. So let me show you. I'll close this blast gate, and this is what I mean by if you think you need more than 2 horsepower, you really don't. In my experience, even with this, kind of moderately sized setup in my shop here, 2 horsepower has been plenty. So let me turn it on for you. I've got some dust over here that I can show you just how powerful the suction is. And to be fair, I probably do need a better way to kind of angle and set this into the kind of bucket here. So that's kind of future planning, but for the time being, this has been pretty good. So let me show you how powerful this really can be. Before I show you exactly how it works, let me show you this. It comes with a remote, and this is not the Bluetooth, go through walls or infrared or whatever it is. This is just your standard. You got to point at it to make sure that it works. So it has to be pointed exactly at the machine for it to work. But most angles, it seems to work fairly okay. So the other way to function it is to just hit the on-off button. And let's talk about noise for a second. It's a tad noisy. You could have a kind of moderately loud conversation while this is running. I'm not sure how well it's going to pick up on camera, but let's go ahead and turn it on and see how the noise is, at least, from, I don't know, 3 or 4 feet. You don't need hearing protection. Always a good idea, though. So let's show you, I'll show you it in action from the miter saw. Let me show you the vacuum attachment. It's just a standard, shop vac tube, so 2.5, just kind of taped on there. 50 foot of actual cord here, but so that actually does kind of reduce your suction a little bit. But hey, this has been one of the best things ever because I can get into every little thing, and you'll see how much suction you really get even at a 2.5 inch size. Oh no, I dropped it. Oh no. Still good. Okay. So I didn't really mean to turn this into like a Grizzly review video or anything. They're not sponsoring me. I just bought the unit because I liked it and it made sense for me. And the price point was pretty good. So just to kind of show you, the dust gets collected here in the bottom, and then also the fine particulates go here into this little bag. Now they say you're supposed to use bags with this, but I don't. I frankly have not noticed any difference between bags and no bags as far as, you know, its ability to collect dust or anything. It collects dust just fine. I keep it in the bottom there. I probably would get a bigger barrel just for more capacity, but for the price, I think I paid, let's see, Craigslist, I paid about $1,400 for the unit, the stand, and the muffler. To be honest, the muffler, I don't know, I tried it with and without the muffler, about the same decibel level for me. So that was a couple $100 add-on. I don't really see the point in it. It didn't really do much for me. But also I got a ton of this piping that you see here, especially a couple of the serious fittings that are, you know, kind of pricey. So it's not a Grizzly review video. They're not sponsoring me, which, you know, they can if they want, but I just thought it was a decent unit. Show you what I've got going on in my shop. I've got a lot of projects right now. So that's it. I hope it was helpful. Good luck. And let's see how many projects do I've got. I've got, you know, one big pile over here. I've got another pile over here. I've got some drawers I'm making, a number of projects just waiting over here in the wings. So I'm busy. If there's something you want to see more of, hey, let me know. Okay, check you guys later.